Hello everybody, I'm Dr. JJ with Pinnacle Chiropractic here in beautiful Bradenton, Sarasota area, and we are passionate about serving families just like you. So today I'm going to tell you about a story about a chiropractic patient named Maddox. And Maddox, from an early age, he faced lots of challenges managing his impulsiveness, his behavior, and just overall his big emotions. And these difficulties that Maddox had began to significantly disrupt his life, not only at school, but also at home with his family. And when we met Maddox here, his mom had one big overarching goal and one objective, and that was for Maddox to experience happiness and also ease within his own body. She wanted his vibrant personality to be the most memorable aspect about him, not his defiance or his disruptive behavior. And Maddox's parents, they have literally tried everything to help him, including dietary changes, therapies, medications, you name it. But Maddox's challenges still seemed to persist, and Mom couldn't shake the feeling that there was something deeper that was going on with her son. So don't ever ignore that mom instinct. Maddox's story happens to so many parents, and we hear this often, and typically it usually results in numerous doctor visits, and it can end up with a diagnosis of oppositional defiance disorder, or ODD. From there, the doctor typically will prescribe a mood stabilizer, such as Abilify or Risperidol, which come with a long list of nasty side effects. And really, when you get this diagnosis, as a parent, it puts you between a rock and a hard place. You don't want your child to have to continue to struggle through this and severely disrupt your life, people's lives around them, but you also don't really want to put them on mind-altering drugs and harsh drugs. And that is where Pinnacle comes into play. That is where Neurologically-Focused Chiropractic comes in. And our team is here to help you. We've been helping kids and adults handle their neurological challenges without medications. I'll repeat that again. We have been helping children and adults conquer their neurological challenges without medications. And in this video, we'll break down the science, the neurology, and the action steps to that process. So, moms and dads, just like Maddox, who have tried everything, are usually overwhelmed and have not been given alternative choices that are congruent with their values. Stress and symptoms that are diagnosed as ODD add up years before early in life and through development in a child. And so we dive into what we call a perfect storm, which explores how early and frequent stressors in a child's life can negatively affect their brain development and lead to these behavior and emotional struggles many kiddos with ODD share. You've probably heard about ODD and behavioral challenges, but have you ever wondered what might be going on beneath the surface within the brain and within the nervous system? There is a series of crucial stressors happens early in life, from the time they're in the womb to early years. These stressors can have a profound impact on brain development and function, and are always typically characterized by an imbalanced nervous system. And this is typically where we see that the child is in more of a sympathetic or a fight or flight response, or a sympathetic dominant response. To understand ODD better, we need to look at the triggers that make up this nervous system response. Typically, it often begins right at the start of your baby's life. Stressful pregnancies can be a contributing factor, or birth interventions like forceps, vacuum, extraction, induction, emergency C-sections or C-sections, and typically they lead to a physical trauma on baby. This trauma can result in a subluxation, and that is what sets the stage for prolonged stress response within the nervous system. This physical stress from birth can impact the upper neck. This area in your neck is literally the breaker box to your whole nervous system, essentially. So up here, when there's any type of trauma up there, it can also affect what is called the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is a vital part, if not the most important nerve of the parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. So there's two branches of the autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system meaning anything that you think say or do that you don't think about. You don't tell your heart, hey, beat, beat, beat. You don't tell, your liver to produce this hormone. You don't tell your organs to do things, essentially. They just do them. And of that, there's two branches of that autonomic nervous system. There's the sympathetic, fight or flight, and then there's the parasympathetic, rest and restore. And the vagus nerve really is the big contributor to that rest and restore. And the vagus nerve regulates functions like heart rate, digestion, stress response, and emotional regulation and social engagement. Some studies even suggest that the vagus nerves, the abnormalities within the autonomic nervous system function, including vagal tone, may be linked to behavioral problems such as emotional dysregulation seen with disruptive behaviors like ODD. Now, if this continues past birth, from the struggles within early development, such as if there's struggles with eating, sleeping, digestion, motor development, plus you add immune system struggles on top of it, such as ear infections, cough, croup, you name it, and then go into grade school with behavior and emotional stressors, it all adds up. And all this impacts your CNS, your central nervous system. When this all happens together and over a long, prolonged period of time, we call this here the perfect storm at our office. The perfect storm is simply when all the stress and struggle create a significant imbalance of input from brain to body. Thus, ODD is often associated with a significantly imbalanced and dysfunctional nervous system. When it's normal for kids to let me take a second. It's normal for kids to test boundaries and have behavioral challenges and these patterns, but typically when these patterns persist for years, it can be a sign of abnormal development. And ODD isn't a condition with just one cause. It's complex and multifaceted. And that's why it's crucial to have a healthcare professional that understands the role of the central nervous system dysfunction in addressing ODD. Now, if your child is struggling with ODD, no doubt you've probably tried everything. But the recommendation I'll talk through today is to work through your healing journey in the correct sequence, how the nervous system functions. If the communication to the brain, to the nervous system are imbalanced, start there at the root cause. That is the root cause, the communication, and work forwards. Balancing the nervous system will first allow the brain to activate better. Rest, relax, and digest, rest, and restore, which is in contrast to those who struggle with ODD and experience a nervous system that is in constant fight or flight, sympathetic dominance within that neurological response. And this is exactly how it went with Maddox. He is thriving, he is happy, and an energetic little dude who is a blast to be around. He's having fun and can enjoy his life to the fullest. His mom's goal truly did come through, and his family has integrated chiropractic into all of their lifestyles and become so in tune with what their body needs. Mom even told us she could tell that he is due for an extra adjustment to help his nervous system regulate. How cool is that? Don't you want to be able to tell what you need without drugs, medications, help your children in that type of way? We'd be happy to help. We'll run specific tests that will leave no guessing. We would love to help you in any way that we see fit. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment them. Share this video with anyone you know that needs to hear it. But Pinnacle is here for you, and we want to help you reach your pinnacle potential. Peace and love. Dr. JJ out.